Just before the free practice session begins, let's take a quick look at the Drivers' Championship. Mika Häkkinen is leading the Drivers' Championship and going for back-to-back victories here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Well, that covers the drivers. Let's take a quick look at the constructors next. McLaren lead the Constructors' Championship and arrive here having finished a legendary 1-2 in the last race. Can they do it again? Ferrari are second. Stewart are third. Located on the Ile Notre Dame, just minutes away from downtown Montreal, the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve combines short straights with an uninspiring selection of slow to medium speed chicanes and one hairpin. Despite being a dedicated motorsports facility, the barriers around Circuit Gilles Villeneuve are very close to the track, giving the circuit a distinctly street feel.
So after the disastrous result in the last race, the team have been talked to and the relevant people had their disciplinary action taken against them. But here we are at Montreal, new race, new weekend, new attempt to get some points for the team. Very interesting track for this, lots of very heavy braking zones, and as you know from our Imola race, we had a brake failure there. So I'll be keeping an eye on the brakes as the race goes on. Definitely having a very large brake duct size. Also looking towards maybe lower downforce here. There are quite a few big straights here, and as I see myself probably doing okay in qualifying, having low downforce would be good for defending, especially that massive straight at the end of the course. A pretty interesting first practice for us there. We were very much focusing on running a race setup as opposed to Jarno, who I think was doing some qualifying laps, which is obviously absolutely fine. But we ended up somewhere down the field. It wasn't too great, but no, we're not bothered by that. When we ended up here, down in 14th behind Johnny Herbert and the Sauber. So that was a 26.2. But I think there's a lot more speed in the car, especially for qualifying. We have a lot of top speed, which is good. Maybe we'll dial it back down a little bit because we are suffering a little bit in the first sector and second sector to an extent. Also, we had a very odd issue with the car where it was just snapping and spinning in the slower corners. And what we've done there is it was kind of under braking. It wasn't brake bias, it was something else. And under the advice of our chief mechanic, we softened the rear spring, and that seemed to have sorted things out for now. So end of practice 2, and we're looking a bit higher this time. We're in 6th place, and we did something different with the car this time. We took the fuel out, not all of it. We're about on maybe half a tank of fuel. Soft tyres just to see how they handle it. And they handle well. They get up a temperature quickly and the drop-off isn't too bad as time goes on. So it's looking like a 2-stop strategy is probably the best option for us at the moment. We have tried the 1-stop, but it just feels like the rear feels far too heavy with a lot of fuel in it, and it's a little bit unpredictable going into slower corners. So I think 2-stop is going to be the way we're going to go this weekend. Well, here we are in start of qualifying with the 2-stop strategy selected. We're going to be starting on a soft tyre, definitely. Pretty much no fuel in the car, everything's turned up to maximum. We even reduced the size of the brake duct just for qualifying. It will go back to normal for the race because we don't want to end up with another Imola situation happening. And yeah, fairly confident. Goal is to try and get in the top 10 and trying to beat Jarno. Want to try and get a points finish this race to make up for last race, but we'll have to see how we do. We're not quite sure everyone else's pace so far, and qualifying is anyway. We're going to sort that out, so wish us luck.
We go on board now with the Prost of James Grains as he exits the final corner to begin his flying lap. Building up to 184 miles per hour as he hits the brakes for turn 1, car looking steady under braking, turns in nicely. Small squirt 4.2, very easy to go wide. On the power as early as the car will let you. Up to turns 3 and 4 now, on the brakes again, car turns in nicely. Threaded the needle perfectly by Graham's there, very smooth, very tidy. Little confidence left through 5. On the run up to 6, heavy braking. Car a little bit lazy, otherwise very tidy by Graham's. On the power as early as possible again. Now the run up to turns 8 and 9. Flashing under the bridge as he hits the brakes. Apex number 1, apex number 2, very nice by Graham's. Get close to that barrier, and the run down to the hairpin. A very tidy lap by Graham so far. Heavy on the brakes now, very heavy. car seems to turn in very nicely, straightens it up very quickly, back on the power for the longest straight now. Small moment to think about the last braking zone, up through the gears, building up that speed, buzzing 200 miles an hour as he picks his braking point perfectly. Takes a little bit of curb, small twitch on the exit there, and a bit of wheel spin. Shortest route to the line now. And that's across the line he goes. It's a 1:26.3. That's enough for second place at this time.
Well, after the annoyance of last race, I've managed to do a bit better this time. 5th in the grid, pretty happy with that. Only a 10th off Rubens, and only a couple of tenths off David Coulthard as well. Only actually just over a second off Schumacher, which is definitely a personal best for us. I'm really happy with that. Car was hooked up, felt very good on the low fuel load and the soft tyres. Hoping that it will do the same in the race, but I am sort of wondering about everyone else's strategy, whether people are on hard tyres, whether they're going to go one stop or not. But for now, 5th place is good. Hopefully we can get a good start this time and defend, and maybe get some points this time. Well, the plan this morning was to do some practice starts. It was actually quite wet this morning. Luckily it's dried up a bit for the race. It is projected to be overcast as the race goes on, which means we may see some showers. Hopefully we won't, because I don't think I can really deal with that. Starting on the clean side of the grid, which may benefit us. Fingers crossed. But we didn't get a chance to practice those practice starts, so really going to be hard to get away. Hoping that there's no contact behind me, because contact here, it's very thin, this grid. And everyone vying for position, it's very possible that I might end up with a car in my gearbox. Fingers crossed we won't, though.
Hello there. Welcome to Canada for round 6 of the 1999 FIA Formula One World Championship. 50-50 are the chances of the weather changing, so it'll be the teams that react best that will top the times. Hakkinen first. Schumacher second. Coulthard third. Rubens Barrichello just managed to get the edge over his championship rival, the Prost driver. The Prost driver performed brilliantly in qualifying to line up 5th. Ralf Schumacher 6th. Eddie Irvine 7th. Trulli couldn't quite match the pace of his teammate. He starts 8th. Damon Hill 9th. Frentzen 10th. Giancarlo Fisichella 11th. Herbert 12th. Villeneuve 13th. Jean Alesi 14th. Pedro de la Rosa 15th. Ricardo Zonta 16th. Wirtz 17th. Badoa 18th. Tora Takagi 19th. Diniz 20th. Zanardi 21st. Marc Genet 22nd.
Well, here we are then, start the Canadian Grand Prix. Rubens to the right of us, David in front and Ralph just behind us. Let's see if we can beat him down the first corner. 5 lights and away we go. Oh, a good start from us. Not bad, but Ralph's even better. As he has a look on the outside, but leaves a gap on the inside. I'll take that, thank you very much. And Ruel was a little bit enthusiastic by me there on Rubens, but we managed to hold our 5th place going into the first corner. Nice and slow through there. There you go, very good. Be careful as the tyres come up to temperature. Lots of fuel in the car, more than we've really practiced with. And understeer and oversteer almost coming out of there, but we just managed to keep it in one piece. And now we use a straight line speed that this Prost has. Fantastic in a straight line, absolutely love it. We're braking very hard, down to 2nd gear. And up to 3rd, and now watch that Williams get smaller in my mirrors. See you later, sunshine. With the straight line speed. Braking pretty early for the hairpin there. Trying to take a wide line out, but trying very hard to get on the throttle. Now, what can we do in a straight line here? Our car is super fast, low downforce, and we are gaining. We're eating up Rubens Barrichello. Come on. See you there, Rubens. After braking super hard now down into the chicane, and we're taking 4th place. Fantastic. I'll have that, thank you very much. Now what can we do? Can we continue? The top 3 are within sight, all of them. I would love to be able to get a good result for the Prost team after the last race. But truth be said, we're already further ahead than we should be. This car is not really capable of running here. Apart from now it is, for some reason. Setup changes really helped. Top 3 so fast through this first sector. The car just has no reply through there. Just have to try and stay with him through this twisty bit, and then hopefully we might unleash the engine. We can catch up again in the straight line. Taking Fergo through there, just trying to get the car slowed down nicely. There you go, that's good. And on the power nice and early. Raikkonen won't be close enough to do anything down to the hairpin, luckily for us. One less thing to think about. Oh, brake very hard into there. Car nearly swings around with us. It's like Schumacher had to go at Hackman there as well. To really focus on what I'm doing and still what's happening there. How close can we get in the straight? And those McLarens have beastly Mercedes engines. So cool for us to have a look at Schumacher. We're going to take the racing line now. He comes back across, thinks better of it. Look how close we are now though. Cool fire a bit cheeky on the chicane there. I didn't see that, David. I think he's having a look at Schumacher. They are fighting and it's slowing them both up. What can I do? Oh, I tried to run on the outside, but I just don't quite keep it. I nearly actually went off there. Very lucky to not do that. But look how close we are to a Brune McLaren. Come on. Keeping it nice and tidy through this section, and now unleashing the power, lifting just to make sure we get through this corner. It's not quite flat for us with this setup. Maybe with something else it would be, but it's not for us right now. Ruben's still in contention. I've got to keep an eye on that. And look how much time we lose through this middle sector. Oh, I try and get on the power early, and the car wanting to slide out underneath me. Just haven't got the car roll into the corner. The way the car's set up, it really doesn't like being handled aggressively, especially in the slower speed corners. And there's a good example there. I had to keep the car straight while I braked or I would have spun. Stamping on the front out of the corner. Looks like the guys are a bit further ahead now. I'll have to pass David. I've followed him a long time in F1. Love for him to win a championship, but this year looks like it's going to go to Mika if he keeps up the way it's going. Oh, I know he's been coming out of the last chicane. God damn it. Okay, we didn't lose too much time. Just grab second gear and launch off again. But they're still fighting hammer and tongue in front of me. It's good to Mika, it's slowing them up. Hackman not getting away though. Ah, I just missed my braking point there. Going across, we lost a lot of time doing that. That's annoying. We were getting to the point where we could have maybe contested 3rd place, but I don't think we can now. Just getting the car. Oh, look at it out of there. Just the understeer is horrible. Ruben's swarming over the back of it, but just can't do anything about it because of the lack of straight line speed, and that's Stewart. Thankfully for me. Hoping as the fuel burns off, our car becomes a bit more sprightly, especially with these soft tyres, but because we are on the softs, we could end up having issues of our own there. Ruben's having a look up the inside. I close the door, no thank you. I'm stepping on the throttle coming out of there, fantastic stuff. We're very fast this red line, but we aren't that fast, and we brake just for the 100, down to 3rd gear, then to 2nd, right at the end, clip the inside curb, run over the outside one. And looks like they're fighting a sort of cooled off a bit. Schumacher's gapped him a little bit, which means we aren't quite as close as we were before, but still in contention if there's an issue for either of them. This corner, really difficult in this setup, probably the worst corner for us. Grabbing an early 5th, going very wide through there that time, carrying a lot of speed. Means we have to then scrub off a lot of speed for that left-hander. So wish we had the gear in between second and third there. I kind of use third just for the sake of traction over speed, which I think is how we're going to have to play that sector. Just want to keep getting through there. And again, using third for traction. Really stepping it coming out of the corner though. Just need a little bit more pace, a little bit more, but it's just not in the car. Every time in second gear, spinning up so much power in this engine. So fun being able to unleash it all going down this straight. I'm really looking forward to Hockenheim. Got a good engine, could be good for us there, but now we're at Montreal. We have to focus on that. Oh, I nearly lock up going to the... I do lock up. Just one of the rear tyres. Brake bias, another clip forward I think. See, look, I'm within distance. I can. It's almost frustrating to be this close. Oh, again, we have massive understeer through that corner. Almost had to miss it. Definitely lost time through there. Watching the McLaren get smaller lap after lap is disheartening. To wait so long to get the throttle out of there, taking it right the way up to the rev limit coming out just to compensate almost. Usually we hold it in fifth round there, but I think sixth is a good idea, just helps with the engine. Rubens is a constant threat, but he's just not quite quick enough. He'll be there if I make a mistake though, as I will if any of these top three guys make a mistake. I wonder if Schumacher will end up catching Hacken or not. It will be good to me if he does. That means they're all going to slow down. And between you and me, I am worried about the brakes, even with the extended size. We know how sensitive they are. We had the failures before. It's nice that we're still within a second and a half of the guys in front. I blame the dirt, yeah, but we're not in it until, well, start the lap really. And then through here they're all ahead of me, they're all too far out. And be careful clipping that grass there, very easy to make a big mistake, and especially at the speed we're going through there. Get further away from Rubens in the last lap, which is nice. Oh, really stopping the car through that. A section of the track there, the mid corners, the mid speed corners, I'm trying to concentrate and speak at the same time, it's just not working. The mid speed corners are where this car really suffers. We're actually pretty good into the really slow corners. And we're closer than we have been, definitely are. But I'm aware if I get involved, I'm then going to be fighting these guys for position as well. I'm not sure if I want that. Still wondering what sort of strategy these guys are on as well. Holding that brake a little bit too long there, just because Coulthard looked like he was going to really slow up. A lot closer than we have been. We're not going to be in a position to overtake just yet. Oh wow, Coulthard going very shallow into that corner in the braking. Caught me off guard. Oh, fastest lap of the race. And we've got won't be doing that again this lap, but we had a good run through there. It's like the softs are starting to come alive. Fuel's starting to come off as well. Really makes you wonder about the strategy again, especially if we're second fastest lap in the Prost. Surely that's not a good sign. I wonder where Truly is. Trying to be nice and easy, avoiding the curbs. Very large here. Check how much fuel we've got left. About 6 laps, which is good. I want to try and keep out as long as I can, especially if the car is feeling good at this point. This lap isn't as good as last lap, but we're still where we are. I made that couple of little mini mistakes that weren't massive, but We're still pointing the right way, which is a good thing. I found myself almost braking earlier and earlier for that, just to make sure I get into it alright. This line to there is pretty terrible actually. If I can just be a bit closer, I might be able to pop up the inside. I was just avoiding that bit of grass again. I keep getting too close to it. Come on, let's get out of here well. I said well. If we got out of there well, we would have been close enough, I think, to maybe have a look out of the hairpin, but that's where it has to be. We have to be so quick through this section, and we're just not. Cool, far cutting the track a bit there again. Stewards may be asleep. And again, using all the brakes I can through there, having a little bit of a lock up on the way in. Again, we are closer. Having to brake early, the Coolfire does some odd things through there. Oh, I nearly spin it. That was a shame, we would have been quite close there, I think. Otherwise, we actually have pace on these guys right now. Regardless if we have a different strategy or not, if we can get in front, it's really going to be beneficial. Concentrating so hard trying to get through this section well, and it's just so difficult in this car. Oh, we nearly went off there. We've ruined this lap. Looks like Coolfire starting to have a look at Schumacher actually. Which means more fighting, which means closer for me. Just controlling the car on the wall spin out of there. Not the fastest way out of the corner, but so to get the power down nice and early. Coolfire and Schumacher side by side. Is it going to be an attempt on position? Doesn't look like it. Just keeping it in third through there, just for the sake of traction again. Tyres starting to wear a bit at the rear. At the top three now, really putting the hammer down. I'm pretty sure the skies are starting to get a bit gloomier as well, which is not what I want at all. Just keeping an eye on that as the race goes on. Hopefully we don't get any rain. So there's been some sort of contact at the back of the grid. Zanardi having a vile weekend. Oh, the tight line not doing that, and everyone's stepped up the pace, even Barrichello has as well. Cars in front are pulling away. Really trying to get on the power as quick as I can. I think the tyres really are starting to go the other way now. Luckily we have this straight line speed, otherwise we would be in trouble, I think. The skies are getting very gloomy now. So hope it just stays gloomy and doesn't do anything else. Oh, what was that? Just edging off the throttle a little bit before getting back on it again. I'm not quite sure what happened there, this car just didn't slow down. Maybe the temperature started to come down a bit. Very gloomy now, especially out of turn one. Look at that. That was better. Just double shifting there. Hoping that's not a gearbox gremlin. We'll be in very soon for our first pit stop. We've got a couple of laps left yet. The running light is always good, so we'll keep doing that. Some bumper cars going on at the back of the grid. So we'll be coming in on the next lap. We'll try and get the power out there, it's so difficult, but we are again starting to come back at Coulthard. Oh, we nearly lost it there. That was very close. Again, another fastest lap. The car really alive now. Pitting as late as I can, definitely. That's what I will be doing. Taking it as easy as I can through there. I'm almost crossing it. Some people ready to pit. Looks like other people are going to be doing 2 stoppers. We're in a really competitive position right now. So right, next lap and we'll be in. We should survive one more lap. Oh, I should have picked that lap actually. Oh, we need to make this lap as quick as we can. Concentrating so hard now. The tyres have actually gone off. I should have pitted, damn it. Right, let's go. It's been focusing on my pit stop too much that lap. We'll be in this lap, hopefully for a good stop. Let's make sure that limiter nice and early. No point taking any risks. Come on guys, it's got to be a good one. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And we're away. Still in 5th it looks like. It's a good stop for us then. And now we've got to put in some fantastic laps. That's one of the arrows. Okay, so we have no traffic around us, which is good. Oh, car feeling bad through there. Come on. I'm trying to be as quick as I can on this kind of heavy fuel. Softs have been good so far. Only lost the one spot, and that was to Rubens. hope we can keep the back with a couple of good outlaps. There you go, now we're going to see how we've done. Barrichello was right behind us. And they came into the pits. Can we get out before him? Come on, baby. Let's find out. Looks like we're just going to do it. Yes, we have. And by some way as well. Actually gained some time on Barrichello. Which means we've actually... Okay, that's a good stop from us then. We've done well. Can we continue? We have got to stop again obviously, but... if we get that sort of time in Coulthard, we'll be right next to him when he pits. Oh, I'm just so eager on the throttle now. Don't put it past Barrichello catching up. Come on, car, turn in. Barrichello's very fast at the section, but now it's time for me to stretch my legs. Looks like the guys in front are on one stops. They must be. Looks like a bad weekend for Zanardi is finally over. There must be one stopping if they're still out. And just kind of confirms what I thought might be the case. I'm so wary of the skies. Just hoping that we don't start seeing rain, because I don't think we'll be okay in the rain. We're on a low downforce setup, and that isn't good in wet conditions. The car so tricky through there. All the guys at the front still going round, pounding around on those hard tyres, getting faster and faster. Coulthard going quickly. So we had a couple of chances to do some work on him, but 30 seconds behind. Oh, we have a big lock up going through there. Oh, come on. Well, we're lucky that there's Barrichello. Give me that dragon. Ah, damn it, lost the pace there. Just car getting light under the braking, and I'm very lucky not to have stalled it. And now we need to make sure we are close enough to take the place back, because this is what Barrichello will be hoping for. Oh, tyres now warm after the spin, too warm. Oh no. Damn, this is... oh, that's annoying. So close there. We were pulling away from him as well, but it's not over yet. Come on. Don't push too hard, don't make any mistakes. Just stamping on the front rail, that hairpin, frustration. We were so lucky not to hit anything then. I'm picking up the slipstream, but it's not going to be enough. Much better on the brakes than through the chicane. So this is going to be our fight. I have no idea what happened. I must put a wheel on the grass or something. Having a look at the inside, Rubens covers it. Just grazing the wall on the outside there. No damage done, but scary nonetheless. Oh, and the understeer is not what I need at the moment. Come on! Struggling to find that throttle. Starting to sweat now. The frustration more than anything else. I just don't like the idea that that was my position and now Rubens has it for a silly mistake and I have a terrible run out the fucking hairpin. Come on! Some of the Jordan cars going to be picking in soon, been fairly anonymous this weekend. But end up affecting us, so come on, getting off the hairpin. Oh, the chicane is so difficult on this car. We have a bit of speed now. Can we do anything with it? They run so deep into the corner. It's not my line, but it seems to be popular with the other drivers. And here's some black car now coming into the fray. This could be good for me. So Minardi, I think Rubens will be passed by the time we get to the next corner, which is very bad for me. That's not what I want at all. Hopefully we'll be out of the way by the time we get out of here. Slowing down on the exit there. None of us have really lost any time. Good for the guys at home to watch, but not for me. I don't want to let Rubens out of my sight. I've got to make another stop as well. Almost missing my braking zone there. Just that little half spin there. I won't try moving them into turn one. It'll be unfair. I say that, but then he almost makes me go. He makes me go round him for crying out loud. How? I'm just doing anything there. Come on. The one stopper's coming in now. We've got to stop again though. That's terrible through there. I can't do what I wanted to do at all. Come on! I just got it in the grass, had to wait an eternity, and Barrichello has now pulled away some more. Oh, Hackton's had an incident. Well, that's going to cost him some time. Come on! Big incident with that car is just what we need. What we really need is to get back onto Barrichello, and we can do that. We do have the pace, we just have to get the laps in. Stepping on the front out there. Wonder what happened to Mika. Wonder where he is now. I think I just heard a McLaren going up a distance. I think he's a bit further now, just ahead of whoever that is. I think that's probably Schumacher or Zanardi, maybe still in the race somehow. Very distinctive engine note, that McLaren. That's probably for Coulthard. Oh, a car nearly stepping out of me through there. Rubens getting past whoever that is in front of us very quickly. I was hoping he'd be held up a little bit, but It may be for me now. Man, the car does not feeling good around there anymore. Looks like the ribbon's kicking up some spray almost. Doesn't look like it's raining. Explain why the car isn't doing what it should be doing anymore. Throttle slightly then going again. Maybe if we can get onto our last wherever the spray is coming from gets worse, we can maybe come onto the intermediates. And it's a very fine rain, it's hard to see though if it is. I'm a bit extra cautious now though. Maybe it's just dust, I don't know though, it seems to be around the track. Not coming in yet, mate. We're doing an okay job of saving fuel. So we can put less in when we actually get round to it, which is nice. Barricade pulling away though, nothing I can do about that. Our barricade getting held up mightily by a couple of back markers there. That should be enough fuel to get us to the end of our last stop. I don't know what to do with this situation though. There's spray being kicked up from somewhere. Must be really fine rain because I can't see it. Again, not quite getting through them. Having to just let off the throttle just to make sure I don't gain any time. Now I can see the rain. What's this drama this is? I don't know if it's going to be can I stay on these tyres though, that's the thing. That's going to be the gamble to make. Wish I knew what. Oh god, there it is. The track isn't looking wet right now. Still just about over for 6, I think. I don't know. This is such a hard call. What a time for it to come as well. I've got to stay out to Rubens. I think Rubens are on the same strategy, so I'll just try and stay out as long as I can. Oh, I've got that. It's definitely less grip out here, though. Oh, that's Hakkinen! That's Hakkinen in front of us. I thought it was a lapped car. And we've got to stop again, so this won't be really for any sort of position. But if I can get in front of him, maybe pressure him, there could be another mistake. I have to be so cautious now. This car is not set off anything slippery, and it's reflected in the way the guys in front have just pulled away from me. Looks like the rain is getting heavier. Times are slowing down. If it doesn't get any worse than this, then this tyre is probably the tyre to be on. It's such a difficult call, regardless of coming in on the next lap. I reckon super early now for the chicane, not earlier than we were before. Looks like it's really raining down the straight though, it's so difficult to call. Well, I don't know what to do. Maybe we can take a gamble and go for the inters. I think that's what we're going to do. Looks like it is getting worse. Feels like it's getting worse anyway. Well, that's that done. Let's just hope it's the right choice. Yeah, it definitely is. Okay, car getting really tricky to handle now, but we're coming into this lap for intermediate time. Maybe we can gain some time on Rubens. Depends if he pits this lap or not. I do hope this strategy pays off. It's too wet out here right now for the softs. It's very hard to keep it slowed down. I can see the rain lashing down. Just for safety, a bit more fuel in the car. Okay, gamble, come on guys, let's do it. Inter's on. See the gamble pays off. Right, let's go. Still in 5th. 8 laps to go. 7 laps to go as we get out of the pits. And now it's all just a drive to the line. Intermediate tyres. Let's hope this works out. Right now there's sorry in between on grip. Tyres do feel okay. Just a bit slippery as you sort of imagine. Now Rubens is coming in. This is where we see if our choice was good or not. I don't think we're going to be far enough. I think we're too far ahead for us to come back out. But we'll see. I'm just hoping it doesn't go to wet conditions because that's when things get difficult. Another pit stops in the cars. We've got to just try and go to the end now on these tyres. I think it's going to be a bit too close for us to do anything with. The grip is definitely there. Enters were the right choice. I wonder if he's gone with the same choice. Having a low downforce though is so difficult. I think it's exceedingly tricky as you can see. Again, that chicane, I just can't get so down for it. I can't see him. There he is. Come on. These difficult conditions definitely catching me out. Set place a long way behind, so it's just about staying on the track I think now for 5th. He says that, then nearly goes off again. God, I should have went to wets I think. Just cut out intermediates altogether. Setup is not made for this. I have to be so careful on the throttle, just breathing on it as I come out of the corners. Ralph is about 10 seconds behind. I'm hoping I can keep him behind the rest of the race. I'm not quite sure what sort of pace he's running. I think Rubens is a bit out of reach for now, which is damn frustrating. We should have had him. Just letting that downforce working nice and early, stepping on the throttle. Not many laps left though. Even with Hackman Dixon, he's still managing to run in 3rd place. It's about where he should be. He's again running wide for the chicane. So difficult to get through there. So rain gets more severe again. wheel spinning all the way through there. Rain getting even worse. I think the wet would have been the better call, but I've got to try and stay out in intermediates. So close to the end of the race now that it's just not worth it. Oh, I was so close. Making me nervous. Brake super early for each corner and just feed the throttle through. There it is. And full throttle. I want to be so careful. Schumacher is gaining slightly, but not by enough to catch us, I don't think. Oh, Barrichello stuck in third gear. 5 laps to go. Will we catch him? More drama. I don't think I can take it. Come on. There's more points for us. He can't get out of third gear. There he is. I can see him. No, come on. Just gotta keep going and we'll catch him. It's got a maximum of about 130 mile an hour. I can see the time just coming down so quickly. Come on, we can still take this. Will he stay out though? That's the thing. Will he just stay out and try and finish in the points? He won't make it. Schumacher will catch him. I think I will as well. Come on! I can smell those points. 3 points for a 4th place. And we're getting him hand over fist. 4 seconds to happen, and I think we're going to take him. We have so much speed out of him coming through here. He's going to be just standing still, maybe pitting in this lap. Is he? There he is. Barrichello in the pits. 4th place. Yeah! Hacknen's a long way up the road, but we take the position. This is great for us. Oh! I nearly missed it then. That was scary. Everyone else starting to come in now. We're not going to come in for the stop. We'll get to the end, I think, just fine. Schumacher is catching us, but it won't be enough. Everyone now pitting for tyres. If only I was just a little bit closer. Not good for Jean and the old Sauber. Coulthard's in the pits, but he'll get out a long time before we will. Keeping it for just attraction sake. Only a couple laps to go now. Unless there's a mistake from the guys in front, we won't be catching them, but 4th place is pretty much the best we're going to do, and I'm okay with that. As long as Schumacher doesn't catch us. Just be careful going through this part of the track now. Car is very wiggly through there, just getting through there nicely. No, 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 no! I don't know if we're okay or not. What have we lost? We're okay. Oh no, we're not. We've lost the front and rear wing. No! No! Come on! No way! Just trying to keep going. If I come in now, it'll be the end of my race. I can't stop. There's Schumacher behind me. No, no, no! No, they're all piling past. I can't believe it. In the bag, 3 points, they were mine. Now, lucky if we finish at all. I can't believe it. That's a massive long pit stop, down in 12th place now, outside of the top 10, only a couple of laps to go, and we threw it away! I need to check out the leader then. All I can do now is just drive to the end. 12th place is going to be the position I finish in. I'm surprised the car's still running after that. I don't know what to say, I'm so annoyed. I'm so frustrated at myself. The points were mine. They were mine. I would have held Schumacher off. I would have held Schumacher off easily. I just knew this. Ugh. It had to start raining. Why wasn't this in the predictions? Why did no one tell me it's going to rain? Three points gone. That would have been 3 points over Rubens. He wouldn't have even finished. We come over the line in 12th place. That's no consolation. None at all.
It's been a scintillating Canadian Grand Prix. Let's take a look at the final results. Mika Häkkinen first. Schumacher second. Coulthard third. Schumacher fourth. Hill fifth. Irvine sixth. The Prost driver 12th. With the results confirmed, it's high time we updated the Drivers' Championship. Mika Häkkinen first. McLaren move further ahead at the top of the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari are second, whilst third place is held by Stewart.
Well, we did say that if it rained, our setup would not be good, and it wasn't. Just too slippery in the end, and that's what was our downfall. Still super frustrated. Those 3 points should have been mine. And I don't know. There's so many races that end in frustration. I guess it's a sign of a rookie.